I think going forward that some of the issues involve establishing what kind of clinical trials will be the most informative and will be able to definitively prove whether or not a new compound is in fact a viable compound to move forward. And what I really mean there is you don't want to throw out a potentially good compound because the trial was designed incorrectly. And so this is not something that is sneaking up on people, but it is an outstanding issue that is actively being addressed, but is a critical barrier. It's never been done before. So unfortunately, there's no model to pursue with new SMA compounds. So the bar has not been established. So that's what people are working on.
And for my part, what might keep me awake at 3 in the morning is I think we are moving to effective therapies to turn on the second copy gene to really replace the protein which is missing. I often wonder, the children that now have spinal muscular atrophy, the SMA kids, how much they're actually going to in the end benefit. I hope considerably. We don't yet know that. I think it's clear in the years to come, and I think within the next decade, if not the next 5 years, that we'll be in a situation where we'll be making the diagnosis of SMA at birth. There'll be newborn screening, and we'll be able to get into some of the treatments that are being developed in Chris and others' labs and really effectively prevent it from occurring. The cherry on the top for me would be, in addition to that we'd have an effective treatment for kids who have SMA and are dealing with the disease right now. So Martha Slay at FightSMA, along with other agencies, have been advocating for legislation in support of SMA research at the level of Congress and beyond. And I think that would really be a critical facet to addressing this infrastructure need. We've got this poignant situation where we have these treatments, which I think Chris and I would say have a very good prospect of treating these kids. We've got the kids themselves, the most common genetic cause of mortality in the in infancy, and so being able to bring them together in the sophisticated infrastructure needed for clinical trials is one of the biggest barriers that I can see, and I think further support from the federal agency would be absolutely critical in this.
So I think one of the biggest barriers to moving forward is going to be designing the appropriate clinical trial, because what we don't want to do is to throw out a good compound because the trial was designed inappropriately. And what I really mean is that you want to look at the most appropriate group for the type of therapeutic that's going to be examined. So will this be kids who are type 1s? Will it be type 2s, type 3s? This is all something that really has to be thought out, because SMA is a relatively rare disorder. Even though it's remarkably common, it still is classified as a rare disease. And so patients are spread out. Multiple clinical trial sites are going to have to be used, and it's going to be incredibly expensive. And we really need to do it right the first time. I think setting something up to fail is going to push not only that compound backwards, but it's also going to set the community backwards as well. So it's really important to set up clinical trials that will address whether or not a compound truly works.